What we find here in verse 15 is really the gospel in a nutshell. Here is, in reality, the entire forest in an acorn. Here is, in verse 15, really the John 3:16 of the Apostle Paul's writings. Here is a minimalist statement of the gospel contained in these 9 English words. Every one of us needs to know what the gospel is. No one can be saved without knowing the gospel. And every one of us need to have the gospel again and again and again reinforced in our hearts. That's why we come to the Lord's table month after month after month after month after month. It is to reinforce in our hearts the primary reason for which Jesus Christ came into this world, that it would never be in the periphery of our life, but that it would always be primary. And so as we look at verse 15, I want to break it out into 3 parts. I want you to note the priority of the gospel. That's found in the opening words. It is a trustworthy statement deserving full acceptance. We'll talk about in just a moment why this means and points to the priority of the gospel. And then the point of the gospel is right in the middle of verse 15, that Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. That is the very essence of the gospel. And then I want you to note the power of the gospel. That's at the end of verse 15, that the gospel has saved the foremost of sinners in an argument from the greater to the lesser. If the grace of God can save the greatest sinner, then the grace of God can save you and me.